going to be your learning journey facilitators for the next bit of time. So, I'm going to go back for a moment. About 3 years ago, Kerryn and I were involved in an accelerated learning journey with a large corporate bank in South Africa. Fantastic team. There may even be some of them in the room. And we did an accelerated learning program over about 10 months with a really, really creative team with budget, and we were able to do some really fantastic things and get fantastic results. And we said to each other, in fact, Kerryn said to me, she's the initiator, we've got to write this up. But at the time, we were pretty exhausted. We weren't listening to Helen's advice, and we were running flat, no energy. And then a little while later, I decided to climb a mountain. And I spent 5 years trying to get ready to actually climb any mountain because I had a back injury that I was trying to get over. And anyway, finally, 12 days on a mountain without technology. What starts to happen? You get back in touch with who you are, and your soul, and your passion, and your purpose. And I was thinking about this beautiful country we're in and saying, what is the biggest challenge? We've got a talent crisis, we've got a leadership crisis, we've got a change crisis. How can I bring my bunch of skills and talents and connect it with this country and start doing something that can accelerate our skills gap and talent gap and leadership back? So of course I came back, phoned up Helen like a day or two after I got back, and I said, we've got to do this. And she was going, what? And we started brainstorming.
So for me, my special skill is not climbing mountains, it's growing little humans. And I do that very well. So when Debbie came back from climbing her mountain, I had recently found out that I was pregnant, feeling very nauseous. And our first meeting I barely got through because I had all this morning sickness going on. But I managed to birth a baby and a book in 9 months. And I can tell you the baby was easier than the book. But what was very special is, I think from all the research we were doing and all the writing we were doing, my baby was accelerated herself, and she decided to arrive 8 weeks early. So I love this picture for 2 reasons. First of all, she was my first girl. I'd had 2 boys previously, so you can see everything is pink for a change. And secondly, because my photographer is an amazing editor, and you cannot see the stress on my face from having this new baby that I had to quickly upskill myself to learn about how do you take care of a premature baby and all of the complications that come with that. So that's why I look very calm, but it's actually great editing.
So we talked to our editor on the last day of December, and he said to us, I'm so excited about this book and idea. We've got a Chief Learning Officers Conference in October. This is now December. He says, you up for it? I said, you mad? I'm thinking 18 months, 2 years is normal. So he said, no, it's an absolute opportunity, right time, right place, right everything, but it just means we need to draft by June. So, what Helen has been saying, accelerated learning means we have to learn or do 3 times faster. So what do you do when you've got an almost impossible goal? You've got to find very, very creative and innovative ways of doing it, and you need to collaborate. So we started getting in touch with chief learning officers and interviewing them, meeting people who could help us with gamification and neuroscience. All their chapters are in the book, and just started to do it completely differently, and that's ended up in the book today.
We want to start off today. So first of all, we are not here to tell, and I think that's part of the learning journey that we as practitioners need to take, is to stop this need to start telling you everything that we know. And Helen started off the conference by saying we acknowledge that the wisdom is in the room, and today we're going to honor that. So please don't expect a talk and talk presentation. And we want to kick off with the following video, and I think it's an extremely good video. So we're going to ask you to sit back and watch. It's about 11 minutes long. But during that time, we want it to be productive. So we want you to draw on all the talks that you've heard over yesterday and this morning, and start thinking, what are those key points or key learning nuggets over those 2 days? So this is a point of reflection, along with some stimulating thought of where we're going in future. Enjoy.
I'd like to add one little piece to that. I'd like you to make this extremely personal, a reflection. What are you personally going to do when you wake up tomorrow morning, and in the next month and the next 3 months, to lead, to drive, to innovate change in our industry, so that we don't see the brain drains, and we do connect the hives and the swarmers together, and we can really create a different way of learning and changing this beautiful country.